Breaking news here into CBS Sports HQ. Grizzlies All-Star Ja Morant is out for Game 4 on Monday night. He suffered a knee injury in the Game 3 loss. Clearly, we saw some frustration on Morant's face while he was there on the bench on Saturday. Now for some insight on all that we're learning here for Ja Morant, we bring in our insider, Bill Reiter. Bill, Morant was listed as doubtful for Monday night heading into the game. Any real surprise for you that he is now ruled out?
Yeah, Sherry, not a surprise. This was certainly the expectation that he would, at a minimum, miss this game, Game 4, with that knee injury. And it's obviously a tricky spot. They need him to win, but you can't rush back a guy this important to your team, even in the postseason right now. You got to make sure he's healthy going forward if Memphis can play long enough for that to be the case, and certainly in the years ahead. I
mean, you mentioned it. He is so important to the Grizzlies. He's really the heartbeat for this team. How do they survive without him?
Well, I mean, the conventional wisdom would be they can't, right? Head into a Game 4, you're down 2-1. It's not must-win technically, but it's really close, especially against a Warriors team that is the best defensive team in the NBA over the course of this year and has looked over the course of the postseason like one of its best offensive teams. But I'll say this as a silver lining of hope for Memphis. They are 20-5 this year when Ja Morant has been gone. They've scored more points per game. They've allowed fewer points per game. And that's not to say that they're better without Morant. They're not. You just have a group of guys. You just have a basketball team in Memphis that is good enough and deep enough and has enough fight in them to step up when he's out. Now, that's one thing in the regular season. It's another thing in Golden State, on the road, with what feels like your entire season. One that had a lot of promise on the line. So I'm not sure they can do it. They're certainly going to be underdogs. But more than most teams, and they've shown this over a pretty big sample size, a third of the regular season, there's reason to believe they can be competitive in this game without Ja.
Well, there's changes also on the Warriors bench. We're just learning head coach Steve Kerr is out tonight with COVID. What does this now mean for their team on Monday?
Yeah, what a chaotic series this has been, from dirty plays to plays that have been close up on that line to injuries, and now the news about Steve Kerr. In the short term, it obviously means Kerr won't be out there. That means Mike Brown, his longtime assistant, been there since 2016, former head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, will step in. Look, you want your head coach. You want Steve Kerr, if you're the Golden State Warriors, to be on the sidelines. But if that's not going to happen, and it's not tonight, Mike Brown's about as good as it gets. He just got named the Sacramento Kings head coach. He's going to see this postseason through. He's got experience. He has experience in terms of pressure. It is not easy to coach a LeBron James coach team. And he's been a part of this Warriors squad for several championships, 2 of them. And, you know, some of the ups and some of the downs, including that 73-win season where they ultimately could not win the whole thing. So in terms of experience and a steady hand and someone who's got the respect of the locker room, has been around, it's about as good as it gets as a head coach stepping in if it's not going to be Steve Kerr.
Yeah, Warriors there with the experience on their side. But Reiter, thank you for the insight here on the latest news coming from the Western Conference game on this Monday night.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.